Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Wednesday's art enrichment video of the last week of school. We have been doing the theme of cactus or cacti, and I am super excited to continue with that. But today we're actually not making a cactus, but we are going to make a little bowl that is going to help hold our 3D cactus that we are going to make on my live. My live is going to be on Thursday at the regular time at 2 p.m. I really want to see you guys right here on YouTube for my live. I will leave a link in the description in this video. It's on Dojo and I will put it in Google Classroom as well. So today I'm going to show you guys two different ways to make a bowl. The first way I'm super excited about. I've been wanting to do this for a very, very long time. The second way is the tried and true standard way of doing it. And then I'm going to give you guys a bonus item, and I want to teach you guys how to make a pom-pom, and then you can make a bunch of pom-poms, put them inside your bowl once they've dried, and then you can put your cactus on top of it. The pom-poms will act like dirt. Now, if you don't have these materials that I'm using today, remember, you don't have to do it. If you can substitute other materials and still do it, it makes it all that more fun. All right, guys, I want to get you flipped over and let's get started. Okay, so I know it looks like I have a lot of stuff out here, but that's because I'm showing you guys three different things in this one video. Okay, all of these, no, scratch that. The first two are going to need glue and some scissors. This is optional. This is just cling wrap or a Pam spray. I'm actually going to use both of them together to make sure that nothing sticks to my cups. You just need a cup that you're okay with getting a little dirty, that your mom is not going to freak out about. I would almost suggest a throwaway cup if you can. This one is a nice small little cup that belongs to my daughters, and I'm going to be putting cling wrap and this grease spray on top of it so that nothing's going to stick, and then I'm going to wash it thoroughly. You are going to need some water to add to your glue, or your glue to your water, whichever way, and a shallow little dish to hold the glue and water mixture. Okay, this I am going to use for the very first item, and then this I'm going to use for the very last thing I'm going to show you is how to make pom-poms. This one I have out because it's a nice neutral color. It's like this cream color. If I wanted to, I could take a marker or I could take tea. I could color it and dip this in that and turn it brown. That way when I made the pom-pom, it would be like this dark brown color, so it would look more like the ground. That's an option here. I just wanted to show you guys a possibility. Also, this is twine. Not a lot of people have it laying around the house. We do, but this could be in place of the yarn. You could wrap the cup to make our little bowl with this, just dipping it in the glue. Just different possibilities. I wanted to show you guys, even if you don't have yarn, you can still do this project. If you just had string, you could still do this project. Any kind of long thing you can dip in glue, you can do this project. If you don't have any of that, underneath here I have newspaper, and I'm going to show you guys how to paper mache a cup so that you can also have a bowl. So let me get this cleared up and we will get started. Okay, so step number one is I want to put glue and water in here. You want to have half water, half glue. There's my water. I filled it up maybe 1/4 of an inch. Now this is going to be a lot of glue. That's why I have myself a nice small bowl. If you don't have liquid glue at home, there's also a way you can make an old school glue paste with flour and water. All you have to do is have a little bit more water than you have flour so that it's nice and runny, and that will work as well. Air back in that bottle, squeeze a little bit more glue out. And then I'm going to mix this up. Okay. Just so you guys know, you don't have to make all 3 of these. You can pick and choose to make what you have. So now I need to stir this. I'm going to use the back end of a paintbrush I have sitting right here. You can use your fingers, you can use a spoon, anything you want. Mix it until it looks like one color. So it's not, I can still see the glue, I can still see the water. Mix it until it's just white everywhere, light white. There we go. So you see how when I pull this up, it has a little tiny bit of a string underneath? Actually, I don't think you guys can see that. A little tiny bit of a string means that it's the perfect consistency. If it doesn't string at all, it means you need a little bit more glue. Okay, notice I also don't have my regular mess mat down. I have newspaper down because this might get a little bit messy. But that's okay. We like mess. Well, I like mess. So set this aside. Now we need to prep the cup. Make sure it's big enough to go all the way around the cup. Be careful, it really likes to stick to itself. Put it over the cup. Have it come inside. And that way we protect the cup from any glue or anything else that wants to get onto it. Now just this step alone is good enough that the string dipped in glue will come right off. But I want to just take it a step further and I want to add a little bit of this spray. Not a lot. There we go. Okay, that's just going to ensure that my glue mixture is going to pop right off. So I've never done this before, and I am super curious about it. Like, I really, really want to do this. So what you do is you take a really long piece of string or yarn or whatever it is you have. And we're going to dip it in our glue mixture. And I think I already mentioned it, but you're going to get messy today. Okay, make sure you don't lose your tail. Dip the whole thing in there. Okay, make sure you do get the beginning of it too. Okay, as you pull it up, you're going to take your hand and you're going to squeegee some of the glue off, not all of it, and then you're just going to randomly wrap it around your cup, wherever and however you want. Okay, so this is my first string. I've got it wrapped up everywhere, but there are too many holes for my liking. So I want to do another really, really long string and do this one more time. So on this last wrap, I'm making sure that I'm going all the way around the cup so that I'm holding all of the strings in. Okay, I really like this on the sides and everything, but I want a little bit more right here. And I've got a little piece of yarn right here and can help fill everything in. Okay. I want to come back with my finger, just give it a little bit more glue everywhere. And then I'm going to leave this to dry overnight. And on my live tomorrow, I'll show you what they look like. All right, so I'm going to put this in a safe place to dry overnight with a little piece of newspaper underneath. I need to go wash my hands before I show you guys the second way to make a bowl. All right, guys, I'm back. My hands are now nice and clean. Okay, I'm now going to paper mache my second cup that I have. But before you do that, if you don't have the string and you're going to do the paper mache, make the glue like I showed you, half water, half glue, mix it up until it looks all one color. And then with clean hands, you need to pre-cut strips of newspaper. But make sure they're not too fat. They need to be nice and skinny. Too skinny makes your job too hard. So I like to do them about an inch wide and then a few inches long. And just cut a bunch of these strips. Let's fast forward. Alright, so here are a bunch of strips that I just cut. Hopefully this is enough. If it's not, I'll have to wash my hands and cut some more strips, or if you had someone else in the house to help you, they could cut some strips for you. Okay, so the reason I did not cut this particular area is that is where I was spraying the Pam stuff, the non-stick grease spray, and I don't want that in these strips because I'm afraid it will make it not want to stick to the cup. Okay, so the same thing we did to the other cup. I want to get my plastic wrap. And I want to spray it with the spray, but not too much. Okay, there we go. And now it's really, really simple. Just take your strips, dip them in the glue, both sides. Again, you're going to get messy. Take 2 fingers, pull off the extra glue, wipe your fingers on the side of the bowl, and just lay your strips down everywhere. Okay, so now that I have a few of them on there, my edges are poking out, so I'm using my fingers and I'm smoothing them down as much as I can. Make sure that you have no gaps when you are finished. I'm going to fast forward this and I'm going to listen to some music, and I think you guys should too. Alright guys, so I've done one complete layer. Now I want to do one second layer and it should be done. Alright, so I have just finished paper macheing this. I'm going to get another square of newspaper cut and set this aside and let it dry overnight, and I will show it to you guys on the live tomorrow. I'm going to go wash up my hands and clear this up and show you guys the very last thing of the video, how to make some pom-poms. Alright, I got that all cleaned up. My hands are now washed, and let's make some pom-poms. I have orange here. I feel like orange kind of looks like the sand in the desert. And I'm also going to make some yellow ones. I'm going to show you guys how to make mini pom-poms. If you want to make the pom-poms bigger, probably not going to fit in the cups we're making, but you can use them for other things. You just need to use like a credit card or a gift card or something like that, and you can wrap the string around that or any object that's going to give you the same size pieces. So I'm going to use my fingers. We are going to use a gentle wrap. You cannot wrap it tight. If you wrap it tight, your fingers are going to start to turn purple and you're not going to be able to get it off. This needs to be a gentle wrap. Okay, first, cut off a length that you know you can tie into a knot, 2 knots actually. Then take your string, unwind a lot of it. Whee! Okay. Take 2 fingers. I like to put that piece of yarn in between my fingers. And now I gently wrap it around my 2 fingers. You need to do it a bunch of times. The more you wrap it, the fluffier your pom-pom will be. All right, that is pretty nice and thick. So cut that there. Remember, I wrapped it gently so my fingers are not turning colors, so I can pull this off pretty easily. I actually, before I do that, want to stick this through my fingers right here and right here. And now I want to pull it off. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Try your best to keep it all centered. And we're going to want to tie 2 knots in our string, just like you're tying a shoe. There's 1 knot. Two knots. And you can even tie a 3rd one if you want to. Okay, here comes the fun part of making a pom-pom. Go ahead, stick your scissors in there and cut all of the strings apart. Okay, then once it's cut apart, it still doesn't look like a pom-pom yet. That's because we need to fluff it. And we need to cut it down a little bit. So, see all those really big ones sticking out? This is where you get to trim it, give it a haircut. Alright, what do you guys think of my pom-pom? I'm going to attempt to make an even smaller one. Let's see how it works. Clean up. If you guys ever wonder what I'm doing over here, I've got a little can that I just keep putting all my trash in. That's all I do. I just keep a handy little can so I can then take this to my big trash can in the kitchen. Alright, let's switch to some yellow, some amarillo. There's the end. Cut one so you can make a tie with it. And then I'm going to gently wrap this around just one finger. But the key here, guys, is gently. Don't do it tight. You must do it very, very loose. If you make it too tight, you can't get it off your finger. Okay, just about done. I think that's crazy, crazy big. Cut. Slide it off my finger. Put it on my string right here. And tie 2 knots. Okay, I'm going to cut my long strings down already and go inside and cut all the strings apart. There we go. There's my tiny little pom-pom. Clean up. Boom! My big pom-pom and my little pom-pom. I'm going to make a bunch more of these. If you don't have yarn to make little pom-poms at home, or if you don't want to, I suggest you take a piece of brown paper or whatever color paper you want, rip it and roll it into a little scrunched up ball, and that can be your little rocks inside your cup. Alright guys, I hope you have fun with this project, and I hope I inspired you guys to make something. If you can't make the cup, and if you can just bring a plastic cup with you to the live, do that. If you know how to make a paper cup, make a paper cup and bring that to the live. Just bring some kind of little pot that you can put your little 3D cactus in. Alright guys, happy creating!